Hey bro, it's obviously in a different setting. All the viewers of mine are very familiar with the car videos, but I figured I'd bring this one back just by the nature of the video. I'm pretty sure you can guess by the title. Now, if you're not interested in, there's going to be nothing educational in this. It's kind of just, I wanted to just speak about, a few things that have been happening recently and kind of just vent a little bit, I guess. That's why I titled it the way I did. Kind of not really, there's no direction in this video. It might be 15 minutes long, might be 2 hours long. Probably not 2 hours, but you kind of get what I mean. Anyways, if you couldn't tell, I've been kind of alluding to in some of my last handful of videos. I was seeing someone. I was in a relationship. It was only like two and a half months. So can you call it a relationship? If you can, yeah. I was seeing someone, right? And that was kind of, I know there's one video, find your reason why. That was inspired by my relationship in a way. But since she dumped me, unfortunately, it was rather unfortunate how it went down. I won't go too much into detail, but after work Friday, I was planning on spending the weekend with her, and pretty much as soon as I get in the door, she's like, "We need to sit down and have a chat." And I'm like, "Fuck!" You can see where it was going, and it did. She wasn't ready for a relationship, needed to work on herself, all that crazy stuff. And in hindsight, I should have seen it coming. I really should have seen it coming. And nothing against her, but I was just blinded. It was my first relationship in pretty much 3 years. I'm about a month short of 3 years since I was in the last relationship. So it was a while. I kind of missed the feeling. And, see all those fucking reels on Instagram. It's like, yeah, lesson learned. And I kind of just wanted to vent a little bit about on the way to the gym, because what else do you do at 8:15 on a Tuesday night when you got nothing to do? Just go to the fucking gym. Excuse my car, it loves to yell at me. Nothing's actually wrong with it. But I kind of wanted to you can comment down below if you've had a similar scenario or just whatever, but I wanted to kind of see kind of delve into what I think was wrong without trying to expose too much about her, because I don't want to be doing that. That's a dick move. But I just figured that I've been on self-improvement for not quite. Probably about 2.5 years. Thereabouts. Not quite 2.5 years. And I've spent probably 18 months to 2 years really figuring out who I am, and kind of just going through that whole process of the leveling up, the nature of self-improvement. But I didn't want to go and just rush into something, and so I really took my time and I just didn't want to go and just rush into a relationship when I wasn't quite ready. I don't know, I feel like it was, in hindsight, it was a really good fucking decision. And looking back, I didn't even really need to go into a relationship. Now, if this shakes, I do apologise. It's a bit of a shit setup compared to what I used to have. But just bear with me. You don't need to see me to enjoy this video. But I found it difficult to. It was getting to the point where I felt like I was ready for the challenge of a relationship in a way. I'm not saying that I was, like some emotional monk or whatever, and just, super stoic, but I was kind of intrigued by that challenge. Yeah, it's gonna keep fucking up. Just listen to the video. Don't worry about the video quality. I was just interested on the idea of, I think I described it to my friends at the time as emotionally challenging myself, because I was brought up in a very conservative household, and, well, not necessarily or more conservative, but a household that, wasn't really particularly emotional, and one that was, definitely not against having those conversations, but didn't just openly have them. And I guess that kind of, with the help of the internet and, whatnot, kind of just preferred to just not. You know how they say, just bottle it up and whatever. But I found that I was ready in my self-improvement journey to discover that part of myself. And I thought that relationships was the way to go. And in a way, I feel like I was right. Being able to have those challenging conversations in a relationship with someone is quite difficult, in my opinion. Especially if you haven't done that kind of thing before. Like, even with my mates, like, it's kind of just not really, not the fact that it's not encouraged, it's just not spoken about. Like, I don't know. And it just kind of naturally developed into this talk about other things kind of way. And male relationships are very, that's the word, but emotions are high on the priority list in a male friendship. And so you kind of just I never really got exposed to being super emotional. Yeah, of course I was in my past relationships, multiple, but I wasn't as mature and secure in myself as I was when I was on self-improvement. That makes sense? And I feel like, 2.5 years of being able to mature and focus and develop on the right path has opened my eyes to what I actually want in a partner, and what I actually want and what I have developed in myself in terms of my maturity and emotional maturity, and understanding that just bottling it up and pushing it down isn't wise. It's a net negative for everyone involved. But I still am not really sure how I should go about doing that by myself. To really trying to delve into, those deep down emotions that I found that I would previously just push down. But I figured, with a partner, because females tend to be more emotional creatures, can help me, the right woman can help me open myself up and become a more emotionally, what's the word I'm looking for? Emotionally robust. That's the word. Robust person, and being able to tolerate those kind of challenges. Because previously it was just ignore, or, just avoid the problem as long as possible. versus actually trying to just attack it head on and deal with it as it is. And generally it has worked, but I know going forward it won't, and it just doesn't in general. And so I think it just seemed like the logical next step was to just, see what's out there and experiment. And I probably did it in the worst fucking way possible. As a young guy on self-improvement, going, and I tell you what I did? I went straight to fucking Tinder and Hinge, trying to find a partner who, like, a good partner who's going to genuinely be there and help me with this emotional journey, I'll call it. And that was a big fucking first mistake. It was so fucking stupid of me to expect that a girl from Tinder was going to be the answer to all my problems. And nothing against her, but that's just generally the type of people that aren't the type of people that you should be doing that thing with, if that makes sense. Fuck, this is pissing me off. I hope it's not pissing you off. I can see it's just tilted just slightly. Sorry. Anyways. And I wanted to find, and me being a young male that has been, so far out of dating and relationships that, the first girl that, piqued my interest and, stuck around for more than a date or two, I got attached. And it went from there. A couple of months. And it was great. I enjoyed my time. And I was genuinely really upset that things ended the way they did, regardless of what I was actually looking for. And I knew going in, I'll put in a quick caveat that I knew going into using dating apps that I was never going to find a long-term partner there. But, just to try and go on this, just trying to see what's out there and get myself a little bit of, get used to being that kind of emotionally mature person. Just it seemed like it was a lot easier than spending so much effort trying to date to marry. And so at least I had that clear going forward. But again, not the best move on the chessboard, as Andrew Tate would say. But I digress. So I found myself in this weird spot. Like, I had a relationship. It wasn't a high quality one, I'll admit. Sorry, I'm in the car park at the gym. Yeah, go mate. Sorry. NPCs just piss me off. But I found that I was in this weird spot of, I've got a relationship, but she's not by the standards that I had previously set to myself, high quality, or to my standards. Now, I'm fully aware that I have obnoxiously high standards, and I'm fully okay with that. I am okay with having very high standards because I believe it's what all men should have. But for me to, again, I was, blinded by love, as they would say. But it was a rather unfortunate position because I'd gotten myself into it. Because I was, on one hand, dating for the sake of dating, but on the other hand, trying to create an emotional bond with someone who I knew wasn't really the type, perhaps. And had I have been, on the outside looking in, you would have probably been able to pick it a mile away. Just the kind of things and the type of, personality traits Sorry, shit fucked up. The type of personality traits that, you know, I want to have an emotional relationship with. And I'm not talking just, you know, love, like, and the, you know, the surface level love that's thrown around so often on the internet. I'm talking about that deep, not just I'm in love with you, but I want to understand myself better with your help, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's the hallmark of a high quality relationship. Not just I love you, that's definitely a part. And, you know, being attracted in, you know, all those ways, but building that bond, that connection on more than just even a level that love, a certain level of love gives. But rather that, you know, that emotional, being able to be fully, being able to, you know, go into those deep, uncomfortable. I was listening to a podcast. I think it was Chris Williamson and Chris Bumstead. It's a really good pod. And it was saying, you know, Seabum was like, his wife allowed him to be as emotional as he needed to be when he needed to. And I just thought, when I heard that, I was like, fuck yeah. That's exactly what I want. And it just didn't seem like, this is from the outside looking in, it probably wasn't going to end that way. But in my eyes, in the time, that's what it was, and that's how it was going to happen. And, you know, shit happens, and I feel like it was a reminder by whoever you think, if you're a Christian, you know, God, whatever, the powers above. It was a reminder that A, dating apps fucking suck, and B, maybe I'm not as emotionally immature as I am, and there is other ways outside of finding a relationship than just to just develop yourself emotionally. Because there's got to be ways, and I feel like this is part of my next step in my self-improvement journey, alongside everything else, is to really figure out what I am in terms of, or who I am and how I handle my emotional state. Now, I don't think I'm an particularly emotional person. I do have road rage, but that's besides the point. I feel like generally, you know, I'm a average white man, like, not super emotional at the best of times. But I want to explore all of the other, however many emotions, and really be in touch. Think of it like meditation in a sense. You know how when you meditate, you can like almost feel every part of your body at once. That's kind of what I want to explore on an emotional sense. Being able to be aware of every single little emotion out there. And of course it's not going to be fucking easy, but it's something I wanted to, I'm going to delve into now that I've been reminded by modern women that it's not worth my time yet. I'm not at a point. I thought I was a point, but I'm not far enough along yet that is what I need. So I'll probably go back for 12, 18, maybe 2 more years. Hopefully get my financial situation, not that it's bad now, but at a point where I'm chilling, or the road has been carved. Not saying the road hasn't been carved now. Obviously it has, the videos, but, you know, it's a matter of, I've got a lot of unknowns that I need to figure out. It's not just as clear cut as I've got a business, I need to work on the business, if that makes sense. Or You know, I've got a channel with 35,000 subscribers and I'm pulling in, you know, $7,000 a month. I've got to grow my audience, you know, that kind of stuff. There's some unknowns I need to figure out, and that's my journey in terms of my work. It's on me to figure out. But I think I've got to figure out those things and just become that next level. I think that next level is where I need to be before I'm ready for a true relationship. And yeah, I might, over the summer, go and do some casual dating just for something to do, maybe a bit of fun, or just, you know, when I feel like it. But nothing serious and nothing getting attached, that kind of thing. Just, you know, spending time with women, getting comfortable around women, because you can become a self-improvement incel. It's about, the key to self-improvement is being as holistic as possible and upgrading every single area of your life. And this is what I'm going to focus on in the, you know, near future. And I feel like you guys should understand that it's not just about going to the gym, making money online and meditating every day and journaling. There's more to that than self-improvement. Or more to that in self-improvement than meets the eye. And I really do feel like you can spend a whole lifetime on self-improvement and still not be done. Because there's just so much to improve. You can never stop getting better. And that's the philosophy that I took out of this situationship, relationship thing, that I'm not where I need to be. I thought I was, I'm not. Bit of a smack in the face, but we pick ourselves up and we get on with it. I know what I need to do. I've just got to get on with it. And I'm glad it happened in the sense that it was a reminder of what I need to do, where I need to be, and the kind of areas that I need to work on that are now much more glaringly obvious than what they were. Anyways, I might wrap it up here because all the windows are up in my car and it's getting kind of warm, and I want to go to the gym before it gets late because I've got work in the morning. But anyways, if you're still here at the end of the video, just know that I do appreciate everyone who watches my videos. And even if it's just one or two of you that get something out of this, if you do get something out of my videos in general, this one, all of them, any of them, comment down below. I would love to see it. I've got a list of one person who, you know, has been consistently turning up at all of my videos, and maybe I'll make it a list. Maybe I'll give you like some special, you know, free course or whatever if I decide to make one in the future. Who knows? But I do appreciate it, and it means a lot to hopefully one day make this my full-time job, make content creation my thing. Being able to just sit here in my car at the gym and just talk rubbish as my job, that'd be the coolest thing ever. So if you want to help me make my dream come true, I'd appreciate a subscription. Again, if you fucking hate me, don't ever watch me again. Each their own. I can't please everyone. But I think that's it for me for now. And remember, life is what you make it.